Alright man, patch 6.2 for Final Fantasy XIV is going to be absolutely ridiculously enormous. If you didn't catch the live letter, I'm going to have a quick breakdown of everything that was covered, stuff that I'm excited about, with the special focus on, let's be real, island sanctuaries, you know what I'm saying? But we also got some variant dungeons coming as well, which as far as I know is like a whole new feature. So, hey man, let's talk about it. Obviously we have new dungeon incoming, new trial incoming, new raid incoming, MSQ progression, all of that good stuff. There hasn't really been much information released about these, I guess to avoid spoilers on their part, so that's grand, that's fine. But yeah, Abyssos is also on the way. That is obviously confirmed as the new raid wing that's coming out, which is the next step to the Pandemonium raids, and that's going to be awesome to see. Anything that includes content about ancients is just going to be fucking sweet, man. So yeah, that's what's going down. Variant dungeons. This is the first piece of, I think this is like the first time they've done stuff like this in FF14, and I'm excited about it, man. So let's talk about them just a little bit. Variant dungeons is, or rather the variant dungeon, I think there's just one coming so far in 6.2, is a dungeon that scales based on your party size. So this is completely soloable content. You can join up as a 2, as a 3, as a 4, or you can go it alone. And the difficulty of the content will scale based on your party size. Not only that, but you can also change your job in the middle of the duty, unlike, you know, regular dungeons. So that's grand as well. If you're struggling on a certain part, you want to change job, you want to be more tanky, you want to heal, whatever, you know, you can switch while you're in there, man. So this is interesting already just because of that, but man, there are multiple endings to this thing, as far as I can tell. So you queue into this dungeon. This variant dungeon is called like Sildin or something like that. It's to do with like the Sildin rival empire to Uldar, you know? And there are multiple branching paths that you can take to progress through this dungeon. And that gives it some replayability. You can explore a lot of different options. You're also going to be accompanied by an NPC throughout this dungeon as well. No idea who it is at this point in time. People were speculating Rauban. I really don't think so, dude. People in the chat, oh, Rauban, you know. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Rauban. Rauban's busy in Alamigo now, man. He hasn't got time to be exploring subterranean tunnels underneath Uldar, you know what I mean? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm hoping that it's going to be Graha, man. I'm hoping that it's going to be Raha Tia. And yeah, we get to go on a happy little adventure with one of our bros, you know, but we'll see how it works out, man. But yeah, replayability, branching paths, options that open up in front of you in the middle of the dungeon. It's almost got like a kind of roguelike feel to it, but not really. I suppose you're not collecting power-ups or anything like that, but different adventure every time, man. It sounds pretty cool to me. I'm excited to check it out. But alright, the part that we've all really been waiting for, we've all been waiting for some updates and island sanctuaries for the longest time, and we finally got a plethora of said updates. Some of this stuff might have already been known and covered before, but you know what, whatever. Let's just cover everything that was shared already so that we know what's coming in patch. I think this is going to be 6.25. So this will not be available, I don't think, on the release of 6.2, which will be coming late next month, late in August. But yeah, 6.25. So island sanctuaries, dude. Apparently these islands are huge, okay? We got like one measly little screenshot just to give us an idea of the scale of these islands. So hopefully that'll be on screen right now. It'll be a little bit low quality because we've had to blow the image up a lot, but that's fine. Also, these islands are extremely self-contained. What do I mean by that? I mean that resources that you earn on your island go into a separate inventory slot that is island specific. So it's not like the goddamn the Ishgardian place where you go to gather like a shitload of goddamn materials and level your gathering professions and stuff. I forget its name. It's not going to be clogging up your inventory, right? You've got your own little separate inventory slot that are island specific. That's grand. Also, anything that you earn or build on the island, crafting tools or buildings or whatever, mini quests that you complete on the island, like crafting quests and stuff like that, which are going to be a thing as well, offer island-based rewards. So the TLDR is, you're not getting gil from your islands, you're not getting any kind of power level from your islands. It's all just fucking self-contained, which is a really, really good thing, okay? It's a really, really good thing. Here's why. Garrisons. Anybody who played World of Warcraft during Warlords of Draenor will remember being extremely excited about the upcoming Garrisons system, which was basically World of Warcraft's de facto player housing, or World of Warcraft's attempt at player housing. And then you'll also remember being exceedingly disappointed to find that because everything was tied to gold income and resource income, things like honor points and stuff like that, garrisons were kind of tied into power level of your character, and therefore there was just a meta build that you had to go for your garrison every single time. Blizzard tried to market garrisons in the garrison system as, oh, it's highly customizable. Build whatever buildings you want, blah, 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 you know, player choices, player agency. It was like, yeah, no. Because it's all so tied to power level, you basically had to make this building, and this building, and there was just no customization at all. So that fucking sucked, but because these player islands, these player sanctuaries are going to be so divorced from player power level, and very, very self-contained, it means that you truly do get to customize these islands really as much as you want. So what kind of stuff do you actually do on these player islands? Well, I've made some notes, because they actually rattled off a lot of stuff in the live letter. I don't want to miss anything out, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we already know that you're going to be able to release your minions and your pets within your base, and they're just going to be able to wander around freely, and that's grand. You're also going to be able to care for animals that you capture and name them. Capture? What do you mean capture, dude? Where are we going to go to capture these animals? Is it going to be like a little wilds section? Is there going to be tall grass in our islands, Pokemon style? Are we going to throw Pokeballs at those motherfuckers? Probably not, you know, but still, the word capture really caught my attention. We're actually going to go out and like wrangle the local wildlife and bring them home with us, and oh man, they're going to have babies and raise young, and we're going to be able to name them. Oh, dude, it's grand, and it's kind of funny to hear myself say this, Mr. Hardcore PvPer, you know, in World of Warcraft. Yeah, you know what? I just want to raise some little chocobo chicks. That's all I really care about now, man. I'm retired brack at this point, you know. And yeah, I'm just really, really looking forward to that shit, man. It's going to be great. What else have we got, man? Yeah, we have the handicraft mini quests. Handicraft mini quests. I think this is just going to be you're basically given the job of, you need to export this luxury good that you can make on your island. Quick, go grow a crop of pumpkins and make some pumpkin pies and send them off to Dodoma or whatever, you know. And you get like special island-based rewards for completing these kind of mini quests. So that's good, man. I think that is really important for me. It's really important that, for example, in a game like Stardew Valley, yeah, you have all the freedom in the world to do kind of whatever you want every day, but at the same time, there's like mini quests and mini tasks that give you some sense of direction, so you're not just kind of floundering, you know? Some people don't mind that, but for me, I really like when there's a little bit of sense of direction to what I'm actually doing in these super free roam styles of content, you know? It's also worth noting as well that your crafting jobs and you're a disciple of the land and disciple of the hand jobs. So it doesn't really matter if you're a culinarian or a miner or anything like that. Your skills in your professions do not factor into what you can do on the island. So you don't have to go level your culinarian skills or your culinarian job in order to be able to complete things like cooking quests and stuff like that. Or at least that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting, right? So again, ultra giga self-contained, man, and I really, really like that shit. So yeah, it's grand, man. A lot of customization was kind of implied by Big Yoshi in the live letter, so that's good. Again, harkening back to garrisons in World of Warcraft. I hate to keep on like harkening, like comparing to WoW and stuff, but whatever, man. I played WoW for such a long time, I'm just gonna do it. Garrisons were very much advertised as like this customizable thing. It was advertised that you'd be able to change the location where your garrison is going to be placed, so you can choose which zone you want to build your garrison in, your player housing, you know, your sanctuary, if you like. None of that really came to fruition, and it was all just extremely cookie cutter, you know. So yeah, I mean, if they deliver on this, man, and it's really as customizable as you want, like I want to be able to change the color of my buildings and like the style of my buildings and all of that kind of stuff, you know. So I hope all of that's there. I hope, you know, if you want to have Ul'dah style buildings or maybe Gridania style buildings or whatever, that you're able to choose all of that and change the colors of them and stuff. I think that would be fucking amazing. How much customization we're actually going to have remains to be seen, but I'm just getting good feels, man, and I want to share them with y'all. Okay, next up there were a few updates that maybe some people will be interested in, but just to rattle these off real quick, we got some adventurer plate updates coming in. The current system was fiddly as fuck and sort of confusing. I kind of found it a little bit confusing. Sometimes the portrait would reset and I didn't really understand why, which I noticed a lot during PvP, so it's just going to be streamlined and simplified a lot. Other players can now repair your gear both outside and inside of duties. I'm assuming they're going to have the relevant skills in order to do so. For example, you know, a crafting job level to max or something like that, right? In order for them to actually be able to repair your gear. One would assume that would be the limitation placed on that. Surely, like, some random level 16 guy with no fucking crafting jobs is going to be able to repair your gear. That doesn't really make much sense, so we'll see how they implement it, but yeah, that's going to be a thing that people were pretty happy about in the chat. And the glamour dresser capacity is going to be doubled from 400 to 800, which for me doesn't mean a goddamn thing because I have like 50 things in my glamour dresser, and you know, I thought I was doing well, but I'm assuming that this is really good for some people who have already packed out their glamour dresses perhaps a long time ago. So yeah, that's that, man. That's a super quick rundown. Actually, a new PvP mode is making a return as well. Something wing or something like that. So there's like a few other scattered changes in there, but you know what? That's just a quick brief rundown with a big focus on goddamn islands for you guys. That's the stuff that caught my attention anyhow. So yeah. Cheers for stopping by, everybody. If you do want to see more goddamn games from me, there are a few links down below in the video description. One of them is a link to my Twitch stream. Going to be streaming like 3 or 4 days a week going forward from this point, so head on over there and drop a follow. You will also find a link to Cobrak Games, which is going to be a second channel that I'm going to start uploading to more variety content. This channel, right now, the Cobrak channel, is going to be focused on MMORPG stuff pretty consistently going forwards, and all the other games, all of the other stuff, if you want to see a little bit more of me just playing more random shit, Slay the Spire, all that good stuff, maybe some ARPGs in the future as well, then head on over to Cobrak Games and drop yourself a sub. There you go. Cheers, stop, mate, everybody. Do have a fantastic rest of your day, and I shall catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.